Good morning, you mother. Sun shines. Holy shit, good morning, motherfuckers. It's been a long goddamn time. How I survived 9 months off of fucking trails beyond me, but we somehow made it. It's been a long time to wait, man. I've been planning this one for a long goddamn time, but we're almost there, man. Today is July 30th. I am flying out to Stockholm, Sweden on August 9th, just over a week from now, to hike the Kungsleden, or the King's Trail. So a little rundown on the trail before I go through my gear on this trip. The trail itself is about 440 kilometers or 270 miles. I'm gonna yo-yo the bitch because 270 miles is just a fucking tease compared to what I've done in the past. So we're gonna try to yo-yo it. I will be under a time crunch a little bit. I will be flying back to the US September 17th, I believe. So that doesn't give me a hell of a lot of time to do 540 miles, but we're gonna attempt to do it. If need be, and I don't make it all the way back to the southern terminus, I'll just hitch and back into Stockholm if I don't quite make it. But we're gonna try yo-yo the thing. All right, there's no rhyme or reason how I'm gonna do this video. Let's just start with the clothing and we'll work our way through my fucking pack. So from the bottom up, shoes, probably the most important thing on a through hike. If you're gonna splurge on any fucking piece of gear, in my opinion, it should be your shoes. If you don't have good shoes and your feet are fucked, you ain't going no goddamn where. So you can manage the rest of this shit, but get a good pair of fucking shoes. I've worn Ultra Lone Peaks since the version 2.5. We were up to the version 7. I actually have 2 pair. Leave in the comments which ones you want to carry, but I've been trail running a lot recently, so I had to get another pair just for trail running around here and have another pair ready to go for the Kungsleden. But these are both Ultra Lone Peak 7s, the newest version of the Ultra lineup. A lot of people will talk shit about these shoes. It's almost like a cult following now with these things. The reason I wear these fucking things is because I don't get blisters in them, okay? I've had maybe a total of 3 fucking blisters in almost 9,000 miles. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, the durability sucks on these things. I get about 400 miles out of a pair consistently. The most I've ever rocked a pair of Lone Peaks was on a PCT. I rocked the whole one pair all the way from the southern terminus all the way to Kennedy Meadows, about 700 miles I believe it was. Should have swapped them out by 500. The pair I wore, the Lone Peak 6s I wore in Scotland last year on the Scottish National Trail, did last the whole trail, but like I said, I should have swapped them out probably a couple hundred miles before I finished. The tread, the heel on the tread always goes first. These ones in particular, the 7s, they have upgraded. I don't have an older pair to show you, but the grip, just from trail running in these things the last month or so, I think the grip is a little bit better than last year's model, so we'll see. But I do have a pair of the blue or the grayish ones, and then the pretty ugly orange reddish color ones. But leave in the comments which ones you want me to carry. They're both basically brand new. I think I got about 50 trail miles on these ones just running, and these ones I just been wearing around, just dicking around just to break them in a little bit. Although I will say at Lone Peaks, in my experience through hiking, they're pretty much good out of the box. There's not much of a breaking in period on these things. But yeah, we'll rock a pair of Ultras once again. As far as shorts, I'm rocking the same pair of shorts, and this will be a reoccurring theme in this video. A lot of this gear I'm going to be carrying on the Kungsleden is the same exact gear I carried in Scotland on the Scottish National Trail. But these are the shorts I rocked in Scotland. These are outdoor research shorts. They're quick dry. They got Roscoe dog hair all over them, but it's all good. They got 2 pockets in the ass, not zip, but I don't really carry anything in those. And then there's 1 pocket up here, zip pocket, where I can put dip can, whatever, random shit that I end up carrying on the trail that I need accessible. I'll be carrying that pocket. But these are really good shorts. I'm not an advocate of the shorty shorts. I know a lot of thru hikers swear by them, but these things go just above my knee. I have plenty of mobility. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? You're walking. You don't need mobility. You're not a professional fucking athlete. Just wear longer shorts. It's not that big of a fucking deal. And it keeps your fucking thighs a little bit warmer too. For a shirt, I'll be rocking the same shirt I wore in Scotland. Columbia Silver Ridge plaid shirt. You know, I generally just roll the sleeves up on these things. They got the little buttons where you can button them up, but it's like whatever. Some people like these because they're sun shirts or whatever, protecting from the sun. I don't foresee me getting sunburned too much in Sweden, but I got a long sleeve shirt just in case I need to roll down my sleeves. For socks, I'm carrying 2 pair of Darn Toughs. I'm actually wearing 1 pair, but here's one just to show you. I prefer like the thicker Darn Tough socks. I don't know if they don't wear out as quick. There's probably no truth to that, but I just like the thicker socks. So 2 pair of darn tough socks to swap out while I'm hiking. Thick pair of socks to sleep in. These are Dickies, I believe. I just bought them at a random fucking Walmart probably. Underwear, Under Armour. They're probably mistaking wearing white underwear, but they'll probably look black by the time I finish. But I bought these in Glasgow actually, because when I got up the Scottish National Trail, my underwear was so fucking trash from that trail. I had to go to fucking a town and buy new boxers to wear around town. So I'll wear those. To sleep in, I've got a pair of smart wool leggings. I don't have a thermal top to wear when I'm sleeping. For that, I'll just wear my Lightheart Gear fleece. I bought this in Damascus, Virginia at Trail Days last year, I believe. And I wore it in Scotland. It's very warm. Basically a Melly microgrid hoodie. Very, very warm. And I still have my Melly. I do love my Melly, but I dig this one. So I'm just going to rock this one again in Sweden. For rain gear, same rain pants I carried in Scotland. These, I don't even know what the fuck these are. Oh, Red Ledge, never heard of them. Ghetto-S brand. I believe I bought these on the CDT actually in Colorado somewhere at an outfitter. There's a few holes in them, but it's just mainly to keep my legs warm when it's raining. These came in handy in Scotland for sure when the rain was it was like 40, 50 degrees and raining. My legs do get cold, so these are just to keep my legs warm when it is raining. And then a rain jacket, same one I wore in Scotland. This is Patagucci, very thick, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos. I wore a very extremely lightweight, almost like running rain jackets on the Appalachian Trail, and I think I started out with one on the PCT. They get shredded so goddamn fast, so I always opt for a thicker, nice quality rain jacket these days, and this really saved my ass in Scotland as much as it did fucking rain. So this thing is still going strong, nothing wrong with it. On top of my bald ass head, I got a buff here. Actually bought this year, an outfitter here in Estes Park. This is actually a CDT buff. Where's the goddamn logo? There's the logo right there. CDT buff. This is brand new, so I'll wear this on my head. Beneath the infamous I Love Hiking hat, and it's not the same one you've seen me wear or since 2018 on the Appalachian Trail. That thing is just, on Scotland I probably should have swapped it out. It's basically disintegrating off my fucking head, so I decided to go ahead and retire that thing and get a new one. I did upgrade my pins. I've got all my through hikes on here: AT, PCT, CDT. There's a Scotland pin, and then I've added the Sweden pin because, you know, I'm gonna finish this goddamn trail. I'm too stubborn to quit. So yes, I will have 5 through hikes under my belt after this year in Sweden. All right, for food and water, I am carrying the Z-Packs food bag. When you buy this from Z-Packs, you can get the kit. It gives you bear line with it in a carabiner. I never hang my food. I sleep with my shit. Sue me, I don't give a fuck. I'm not walking 70 paces every morning to go get my fucking coffee in the morning. If a bear decides to eat my ass, so be it. That's how I want to go out anyway. So this makes a good pillow if my pillow deflates. But Z-Packs food bag, I can generally carry about four days comfortably in this bag. As a through hiker, especially on the long trails, this is never big enough for food. You're gonna have food on the outside of your fucking pack constantly, but for Sweden I think this would be more than enough to carry like 4 days of food. For my cooking pot, this is the same one I've carried the last couple years, I believe. My original one I carried on the Appalachian Trail, somebody fucking stole that bitch when I was working at mountain crossings in Georgia, so I did have to get a new one, but this one's got some miles on it now. Same cup I've used since the AT though, same model. It's the Thru titanium. I can't remember, the 500 mil I believe. Plenty enough for 2 ramen packets, and then I drink my coffee out of this as well. Inside my pot I carry my stove and a lighter, which I don't have right now, but this year I got a brand new Pocket Rocket 2 stove, so this thing's loud as shit. They call it the Rocket for a reason. I've carried the Optimus Crux light in the past. I love both stoves, but my old Optimus was pretty much worn out, so I got a new stove for this year. And then I can also carry a pack towel, little pack towel in my stove or my pot, just to keep my stove from rattling around when it's in my pack. And then Thru titanium long handle spoon, which is dirty as fuck. I need to clean a lot of this shit out before I head to Sweden, but that's basically all my cooking setup right there. For water, I've got a 1 liter smart water bottle. I don't know what my capacity is going to be for Sweden. I'm probably only going to carry one of these things. It's filled in my pack at all times. And then for extra water storage, this is the same CNOC bag I carried in Scotland. I really don't like these bags, to be honest with you. I don't like how flimsy they are. I'd rather just use bottles, but for having extra capacity just for camp, and this thing rolls up so fucking small, I can just keep it in my pack like this during the day, and then for camp, I have it just to filter water and have water for camp, for cooking and for coffee in the morning. So I have a Sawyer Squeeze full size. I don't know if I'll probably end up carrying this just because it's out of habit. Everybody I've talked to that's been to Sweden, hiked this trail, said the water's so fucking clean. You can usually get water out of pipes in it, but even like the natural water sources, it's so fucking clean, you really don't even need to filter the water. I will probably carry this just because it's paranoia. I've never had giardia, but I did get sick in Scotland drinking that sheep water. I believe it was from the water in Scotland. So I'm a little paranoid about it now. So I will carry my Sawyer just in case. All right, for my tent, this is the Z-Packs Duplex. I got this from Z-Packs for free. Thank you, Z-Packs. When I saw them at Trail Days last year, I believe it was, they knew I was going to Scotland, so they hooked me up with a new duplex. I just took this thing fucking back out of the package last week and realized that the zippers on this thing were like corroded with salt, so I had to take some white vinegar and clean them up. But we're good to go now. Set it up. There's no holes in it. It's fine. So this thing has plenty more miles in it. I'll rock the Z-Packs Duplex in Sweden on the Kungsleden. For my sleeping pad, this is brand new, but it's the same model I carried in Sweden. This is the what is it called? This is the Nemo Quasar insulated regular wide. I enjoy the wide pads because I roll around constantly. I'm a side sleeper. This has plenty of loft in it to keep me warm at night, depending on basically all 3 seasons. And the wide pad just allows me to roll back and forth constantly overnight and not fall off my fucking pad. And for my quilt, this is a Jax Are Better 20-degree quilt, black on the outside, orange on the inside. Jax Are Better they're out of PA. He made this custom for me before I hit Scotland last year, so it's the same bag I use in Scotland. Very warm. I have a sewn foot box. As many quilts you've seen in the past, like Enlightened Equipments I've used in the past, a lot of them you can get open toe, so it opens all the way up like a quilt. Because I'm a vlogger and I carry so many batteries to charge to film, I need a closed foot box when it's cold out to put my electronics down at the bottom, and the sewn foot box allows me to put all that shit down there and not worry about it falling out. So that's why I like the sewn foot box. And 20 degrees I'm a pretty warm sleeper, so this is more than enough for me to sleep in pretty much all 3 season conditions. Even on the PCT, when I finished up in the fucking snow up in Washington, 20 degrees, I wouldn't say I was toasty warm, but it kept me alive and I was very comfortable in that thing. So tent stakes for my tent, I just carry them in a Ziploc. There's all kinds of fucking dirt in this thing. The duplex takes 8 stakes to set up, I believe. I carry, let's see, I got 9, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I carry 9. I carry an extra one just in case. I enjoy the MSR groundhogs. I have minis for the 4 corners, and then I carry 2 big ones for the main trekking poles. Where you set up with the trekking poles. I use the longer stakes just for more durability. And then I do have some of these spike deals right here. I bought them randomly. I think I'd run out or broke a few of these, and I found these, so I bought them. So I do carry 1 extra stake in case I break one or lose one for my duplex. If need be in a pinch, you could always use a stick. Shave down a fucking stick. It'll do the trick. Put rocks on your fucking guile lines, that'll work too. I've had to do that in the past, setting up that duplex, like on the AT, on some of those wooden platforms. It's doable just with rocks. You just practice it and you'll get good at it. So that duplex you can pretty much set up in any fucking location I found, and it sets up pretty fucking quick. Trekking poles to set up my tent. These are brand new poles for this year. These are Lucky's. I like the cork handle ones. They absorb sweat a little bit more. The foam ones, they just seem real slimy on my hands, so I've always liked the cork ones. I do have duct tape wrapped around one just for repairs. That came in handy in Scotland. A couple times I've had to use duct tape. Duct tape goes a long fucking way. And these have the quick locks on them, so I prefer those to the twist lock ones. I find the twist lock ones get a lot of dirt and shit in them, especially on a through hike, and sometimes they're hard to manage. But the quick lock ones, as long as you keep these things tight, they are not slipping on you. Last but not least, my pack. One last thing I have in here is my Deuces Space trowel for digging shitholes. On top of my pack, I carry a Thermarest Z seat. This is actually a full-size pad I cut down. I'm probably going to cut this down even more. It's a little overkill. I keep this on top of my pack just for extra water protection, lets the water shed off the top of my pack in case it's a downpour. And then if you're taking a break and there's some wet moss, rocks, came in handy in Scotland for sure. With all the moss, that country's a goddamn sponge and everything was wet. So just having this to be able to sit down on breaks, it's nice. It's a little overkill, but it makes your brakes a lot more comfortable for sure. And the pack itself, this is the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Junction pack, same pack I carried in Scotland. I've used the Wind Rider on the Appalachian, the PCT, and I believe the CDT. I can't remember when I switched to the Junction, but they're basically the same pack. The only difference between the Hyperlite Wind Rider and the Junction pack is the material they use. The mesh outer backing on the Wind Rider is mesh on the water bottle pockets as well. On the Junction, they use the mesh backing outer pocket, and they use the cloth material on the water bottle pockets. So that's the only difference, but other than that, it's basically the same pack. Little accessories I have on my pack: Hyperlite Mountain Gear phone pouch for my phone. Got a nice little mesh pocket on the outside. I usually keep a dip can in there. And then my Peak Designs capture clip to hold my camera for vlogging. That's basically it. What I love about this pack is just the simplicity of it. There's nothing to fucking break on this pack, really. It's held up 2,000 plus miles on my long distance hikes, and as much weight as I carry, it still holds it fairly comfortably on my back. So I have no reason to change this pack. I've used these packs since the beginning, and I absolutely love them. Let's just check the hip belt pockets to see if I got anything random in here. My headlamp, this is a Petzl Bindi. I don't do a hell of a lot of night hiking, but just for dicking around in camp at night and early mornings, I have that. I don't think there's anything in this pocket. This is a sugar in the raw. I don't know why it's in there, but it is. And that is all my main gear, boys and girls. Now you might be saying, "I be Ted, you're a vlogger, where's all your fucking camera gear? Are you just using a fucking cell phone this year?" No, my camera gear is a whole nother fucking video. I've gone over my camera gear in the past. It weighs about 12 fucking pounds with all the camera gear I carry. On top of all this other shit I'm carrying, it's a lot of fucking weight on my back. But to put videos out for you guys every single day, the quality of videos I like to put out, I'm willing to carry that fucking weight for you guys. And to have these memories when I get off these fucking trails when I'm old and decrepit and can't do it anymore, I want to be able to have documentation of these hikes that I do, and that's why I carry all that fucking gear. So next video I will put out will be all about my lenses, the camera body I'm carrying, how I'm editing videos, what software, what apps I use. I will go over that next week in that video before I leave for Sweden. So there's all my gear, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a long fucking time coming. I hope that I do Sweden justice this year with how beautiful that country looks. I'm beyond stoked to go fucking hiking again. And it's almost here. So thank you for your patience. I know I've been off YouTube for a few months. The motivation just hasn't been there. Day hiking really doesn't cut it for me anymore. I like filming these long distance hikes, and that's where I feel most alive. So thank you for the support. For those of you that stuck around on Patreon supporting me for this upcoming hike, it means a lot. If you do want to support this upcoming hike, I won't be accepting resupply boxes just because I'll be overseas. That'll be too difficult. So all the links to support Patreon and PayPal and all that will be linked in the description box of this video. It goes a long fucking way for me to go overseas, especially, and do these long hikes and filming for you guys. So thank you all for the support. It means a hell of a fucking lot, and we'll see you guys next week before I leave for Sweden with all my fucking camera gear. It's your boy Abby Tat. We'll holler at you fuckers next time. Peace.